Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome back to another Blue Archive reaction. Today we have themes 219 and 212. This was recommended by Henry in the comments of last video and corrected by Ali Lighter because apparently Henry put the wrong song number first. But I digress. It's just two songs by KARUT from, I guess, a semi-recent event. With KARUT, I feel like I know now what to expect, but I've been surprised before, so I'm gonna go in open mind as always. So let's go. Ooh. So I was told to start with 219, so of course I'm going to. Ooh. That's a beautiful scale arpeggio. That's really pretty. Kind of mysterious. I got, like, Nintendo DS Kingdom Hearts energy right out of the gate. I'm not fully sure why. I think it just has a similar energy to it. I'm like tracing that scale in my head. Ooh, doubling in on it. Ooh. Some beautiful, like, uplifting chords in this. What is... Ooh. I really like that lift at the end with that synth string going up. That was really nice. So I am not going to try to scale with that one. I'm not going to try to do that on the piano. That would take me forever to break down and like do individually. I was tracing it in my mind, seeing if it was doable, but there's just too many notes and I'm not that good to be able to just mentally be there immediately correct on every note. It would take me a while to be able to break that down and figure out exactly what that scale is. I love that though. It was very dark. It kept like running up. I can't tell what key this is in. It definitely feels like a minor key just based on the energy it was given. It had that like kind of mysterious sadness to it. It was a little bit of a curiosity in that song, and I was like, okay, so that's where we're going. Like, the sound of this, the reason that I think it was giving me that Kingdom Hearts energy is because of that feeling. It just had this air of not really knowing where it wanted to settle down, and I think that that was reflected as well with all of that arpeggiating just going up and down constantly all the way through. I don't even think that took a gap except for maybe some spot in the middle there. But then, as per usual with a lot of KARUT stuff, just keeping that constant beat just thumping all the way through so you never lose the momentum that's carrying you through all of that other movement in the song. And the last like build up with those synth strings just to resolve at a slightly higher note. It felt like it lifted the mood a little bit more. It didn't stay quite as melancholic as it was. I think that's really nice. But I want to take a stab in the dark and say that it might be in C sharp minor. And the only reason I think that is because it kind of fits where the arpeggio was happening. It kind of lands in that zone, but there are so many notes to hit in there that it honestly could be anything, and I wasn't really listening to like the root notes either. So it's very possible that it's this, which is a very nice chord. That's just a C sharp minor chord. But that chord specifically, it might have a reason why I'm feeling this like Kingdom Heartsy way, but it's used a lot in like the Zelda Ocarina of Time soundtrack, and probably utilized for the Kingdom Hearts soundtrack for like the background songs or like battle themes and stuff that just plays underneath you while you're doing stuff in like the Heartless areas. And for the songs in Zelda, I'm not sure exactly what this one's name is, but I remember the melody, but it's literally the C sharp minor chord just in a song. That's it. That's literally it. It just repeats that. I can't remember what theme that is. It's not coming to me. But then there's also, I think this is the Serenade of Water, but it climbs up that same chord and then stops on the A sharp right above it. So you get this. I'm pretty sure that's a Serenade of Water. Point being, that could be why I'm feeling that way about this specific song. I might be getting that era of music all tied into my nostalgia there. But I love how KARUT handled that, especially with that double time later in that just added a little bit more energy before deciding to retire the song as it finished. So it's just a good song. What else do you expect out of the Blue Archive soundtrack? But with that out of the way, let's see what this next song has in store, shall we? Ooh. Ooh. It's doing the same arpeggio thing up in the background. It's way softer this time around. Way more energy on this with that synth, the drums, the voice. Like, whew. We've been sent to hell. This is the Doom soundtrack. Ooh. Woo. All right, back off, Sephiroth. Oh, that low end is really thuddy. Really tight. It's not a lot of like resonance in the drums. Really punchy. Woo! Change up the rhythm. Almost giving it like a fill. All right. The quadruple triple at hello. Oh man, that bass hit heavy after that part. Oh, that is resonating heavy. Whew. And then the voice just disappearing into the ether up there. Jesus. So that was completely different. Wow. I mentioned the drums in there being extremely short, very punchy. Like, they didn't have any resonance on them, no, like, tone from the drum itself. It was just the impact. It was just the hit, the slap, whatever you want to call it, just the high end of that. A lot of beef, absolutely no basement floor there. I think they were saving all that room for that sub bass that was, like, wobbling through the whole song all the way to the end, especially at the end. And that voice just floating above everything else. It was beautiful, and just letting it disappear at the end, that was really neat too. A lot more aggression on this one from the prior one, but it had kind of a similar energy going in. I wonder if this isn't a harder range version of the other one, if it isn't just like the same song, or at very least similar enough, but with a twist on it like they love to do. They've got no names to them, so I don't know if it is that context, but it feels like it would be. They feel like they're pretty close in some ways, but this one just obviously hits much harder. For this one, there's not too much to talk about as far as the chords chords and keys go, there really isn't anything that like stood out to me as like specifically a thing I wanted to discuss. So that leaves a little bit less for me to talk about in the post, but that just had a lot of beef to it. That just had a lot of thickness. It was like a big, thick bowl of oatmeal. It was just heavy. And like I was saying, kind of had like a Doom feeling. It was a lot more aggressive. So I really don't know how to like blend both of these songs into one thought. It's like the first one was giving me Kingdom Hearts energy. This one's giving me Doom energy. That's a completely different sound and feel, but that's what they love to do here. They love to add these songs that are pseudo related or from the same event but sound completely different for some reason, and I don't know entirely why, if that's because one of them is like the background track of like the overall event, or one of them is like a theme, and then the other one is like the big boss battle that they decide to use later. But it could also be like a theme for the menu but sound absolutely insane. So like Blue Archive is just unhinged in general. Both the people who play it and the people who write for it apparently are just absolutely nuts. Yes, I'm talking specifically to you watching this video. What's up with your fan base, by the way? And of course I'm joking, but like at the same time, I'm sure you watching this were just like, yeah, you get it. You're like, I watch anime, I get it. I get that weebs are weird. I understand that. We have to like admit and recognize that there are weird corners of every fan base. But at the same time, this is the music for that game specifically, and damn does it ever keep hitting so hard. Both of these songs were gorgeous in their own ways, very unique ways too, but all the same, kind of familiar. And I'll be damned if that wasn't the point to making great music in a video game, is just doing something that sounds good, might sound familiar, but makes you want to experience that experience all in the same. But I'm starting to yap here, so I'm going to end it. Thank you all so very much for watching. I literally had no point I was trying to reach with that last statement. I was just going off on word vomit. But if you liked watching that word vomit nonsense and you want to stick around for more in the future, leave a comment down below of which few I should get to next. I usually try to do a couple all in one video because these are pretty short for songs out of a game. But otherwise, if you just like this video and you want to follow me and support me for the other stuff I do, you know how to do all that, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye!